down because I live in a duplex and I'm not trying to wake everybody up. I got a nice neighbor and I don't want to wake her. I want to show respect. But I hope everybody's doing alright. I'm catching Thursday night football replay. This is just my time of, I hate to say it, my life and my timeline has done got so fucked up that this is a good time for me to wake up. There's been times that I wake up and it's damn not but 10 and 11 o'clock at night. I've got the rest of the night to contend with. And I hate to say this, but you're looking at having to stay up and up about 18 hours of the day and having to function on medication only made to keep you awake like 12 hours. There's a long period of time there that I'm feeling like super shit. And I'm finally getting dental work, and needless to say, it's gonna be dental surgery. I've still got damn near every one of my teeth except my wisdom. They're just broke off at the top where I've ground the son of a bitches off. And warning, Suboxone has just plumb ate them. But so has other things, and not taking care of them. And I could have taken Suboxone and taken better care of my teeth and had not done this. I know that. But I want everybody to know, I didn't start from some piece. I started from like mid-20s, didn't have a damn cavity, you know, but had been taken to the dentist regular and everything, but it didn't take long. Once it started happening, it was not 2 months, and they just started popping. When I talk about popping, it is the most hellacious pain, the pushing, the I see how my little brother felt when he got braces, in a way. How when they adjust them, they hurt for so long, the people do. The teeth become sharp, too, and they'll start cutting. But I went and had like 2 removed, but they were hanging out anyway, and they said, why keep on coming back for the last like 4 that we can do? The rest are gonna have to be cut out. Why make yourself suffer? I said, well, I don't know when I can get it done, with what's going on. My 74-year-old dad is gonna have to watch me after surgery. And I can't even get him to answer the phone because my mom's in the nursing home. So, when I better get out of my head what I can so I can speak at least while I've got the opportunity. And worry about the surgery when it comes. And yes, laugh all you want. There's a place around here, college, that does low income. Of course, it's the students, but they do low income implants. And I'm gonna look into that because I'm gonna go with no teeth before I'm going with. I looked at the chart myself, and I've still got enough teeth, and I've seen enough of those brochures and stuff that I've got enough mount points left for about any kind of, reconstruct it. But the question is, do I have the pocketbook for it? Because even with income help, and I think it's good, people that, including myself, is probably getting no EBT help. That's fine. We should have enough money and resources or food put up so that, if an emergency arises, we in our family can eat. It shouldn't be a big shocker you can't get the food for a week or two. It's not going to be the end of the world. Hell, my mama used to keep it up in the goddamn freezer to feed us for a fucking month. Would it last a month? The question. I don't know how my dad fed 3 boys. I've got a little sister, but she really wasn't around at the time. Every one of us like 6 foot, 200 pounds, would just be gluttons on stuff. I mean, there was not, you don't eat one pack, you eat the box. It's just, that's the mentality. But it was like ham and like, it wasn't cakes as much and shit as it was pile, you know, pile some good weight on our asses. Like them red hot. I know they're not the best in the world for you or taste, but like those red hot sausages. Oh shit. My dad hated when I'd get an industrial size one of those. They'd stink the room up in the house. And I could eat a whole one in less than a week. A whole jug. They fucked up and bought the big jugs of Laffy Taffy from Sam's 2 or 3 times and saw they weren't lasting long at all. Like, guys, I'm talking between 3 of us. I'm talking this was sad. They were almost gone on the way home from Memphis. They were not lasting 2 days. It was like sickness, and they had to take them and they had to take them away pretty much. But they didn't take them away, to where we weren't made to feel like food was being taken away. But looking back, I see that they had to put the reins on us. Like the next time they bought them, it wasn't a free for all. It was like conditions, like you get this color, you get this color. But see, my dad would have said, fuck y'all ain't getting shit. Y'all don't know how to handle it. First off, I'm not buying that much candy, blah, blah. My mama would have fucking, she knew better. He knew better around her, which was my mother's mother. I'm not gonna say there wasn't, like, households, what do you call it? Not, like, abuse, but there was nothing physical. But by God, there was intimidation, and it's not merely intimidation, but it was known verbally and factually. There was a respect that came somewhat out of fear for, authority, especially my dad. And part of it was seeing it through my mom. She had respect for him, has, or a more of a looking back of it, it might be just, look, just whatever will set you up. I'm gonna agree with you. Whatever the hell you say, I'm not arguing with you. In other words, I saw a little too much of what I say goes. The real world don't work that way. That's why I've been married 3 times, unfortunately. Two of them, I have no clue why I wear what, other than the second one was because I was trying to be a dad. I had, I'm not gonna say I made a mistake, because my son is not a mistake, but I had created a situation that I'm still dealing with to this day that I haven't even really seen it really, the clouds even haven't came over the sun on that situation yet. They are, it's gonna rain, that bitch. I know she's gonna make it rain like a thunderstorm. And when she does, well, I've been talking. I haven't been watching any of the game. I hope everybody's doing alright, like I said. Let me get up and shut this door some. I'm just showing respect for the neighbor, because I don't know how thin these walls are at 2 o'clock in the morning here. Appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate, anybody that will tune in, give a like up later on, maybe. I turned on my computer and some lights, maybe give some ambiance. Oh, I've got to go to the doctor. Not just my PCP here in town, but this morning I've got to go for a checkup and several things. I pulled something, and if my nervous stomach don't stop, it's fixing to give. Well, my Cowboys did decent last week. If they could play like that 50% of the time, even just 50%, hell, a third of the time. I mean, Minnesota, San Diego, you're looking at two playoff caliber my ass, two playoff teams. But neither of them's dangerous. Truthfully, neither of them's dangerous. And if anybody wants to jump in and got any topics, great. Hey, by the way, I appreciate everybody subscribing and stuff and, looking at the content. I don't do it for money, I just do it for something to do and kind of keeps my mind busy. Touchdown by the Chargers. Which, I mean, you're not going to stop that. I think Herbert's probably the best quarterback in the NFL right now, if especially by age. You take Lamar, you take the people out that's been in for a few years, like Lamar, and that's about it. Which he's my favorite. I hate to say it, besides the Cowboys. Baltimore, that's a hell of a squad. Why they don't win every time, I don't know. It seems to me like Lamar could draw better plays, do better shit at the line. Just do better. Just going back to his old college or high school playbook in his head. Whatever they're doing, they need to do the exact opposite of. They're they're like the Cowboys, but stay loaded on both sides. There's absolutely no excuse. The Cowboys, we always dig some out. Well, if he was, no, y'all got a guy that single-handedly can win a game. That single fucking handedly can win a game. Several of them. You've got the best running back in our time, possibly. I know the hardest down and up, I know the hardest straight on runner I've seen since Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders. And I would say the closest was at Marshawn. Marshawn was at Lynch, I think. That was just when he saw daylight, he was gone. And that's how Henry don't even have to see daylight. He makes it. Like I said, I've never seen a stiff arm like that besides Emmitt Smith in his prime days. I don't know if there's a player that could, if he was going, I don't know if there's a player in the league that could tackle him. I'd like to see J.J. Watt get a clear shot on him and see. Be a close one. Watt might bounce off of him. Man, I hate to even bring it up, but on the social media crap, that Whitaker stuff's getting out of control. But dollar bills, y'all. I guess, huh? Some of it's funny as all piss. There is some good content to be created. There's some, there's some, I guess you would say, educational stuff to be created. There's some plum ass funny stuff to be created. But keep it to a minimum. Don't overwhelm us to where we're already down there puking. I'm not trying to retouch. I don't give a fuck what my face looks like. I'm just looking at these filters. I'm trying to bring light in the background. Nothing. This is retouch. This must be what that Chantel does. Justin Herbert. It's gonna be his time nearly every year. Damn it, please, if anyone out there knows how to work these, everybody's got these filters they talk about and shit. If anybody knows how to work that shit, please help me. Please advise me. It might just be on the tickety talk shit. I don't know. I don't want no Princess Rainbow goddamn shit. All I want is something to maybe brighten it up, put text on it, something simplistic. You know, I'd rather take an ass kicking than go sit in that goddamn doctor's office. One thing is, I'm so tired of explaining every day. I feel like weekends are vacation, and I work, unfortunately. It's the only time people leave me alone. The only time my phone rings is when those doctors and shit, when some of them nurses appointments, somebody wanting something to make money off of. If I had the means, which if it was a fifth, we would all be drunker than dog shit. If I had the means, I would move off grid in a nice, no, I'm not talking about bathing in a pond, but I'm talking about a decent facility off grid. And I'm not told, I see people throw this word around, this sovereign citizen. I'm not going to throw that word around because they throw it around and they do not use it properly, blah, blah, blah. In other words, with all due respect, at this point in my life, I do not want your help. I do not want any of your rules, guidelines, enforcements. Like, I don't want CPS's help. If I want to sit out here and lay in the sun and die, that's my choice. I don't take from you. You don't bother me. But that ain't how it works. That just is not real world. And really, who wants to live like that? But some people do. And I can understand. I can see where it would be a good trade-off. But you would have to obviously follow simple rules. Which should apply to a dog. Don't tear shit up and don't hurt people. Don't be, don't be raising 10 kinds of hell. In other words, just follow your own. There should be something written, but it shouldn't even have to be written, and it's not written. Common sense. Follow your own judgment, on basic things so that we can get on to explaining the meat of it. Don't make us babysit you so that we're having to waste the whole time explaining the premise. But 9 times out of 10, what's done is that's a sabotage tactic. That way the meat's never got to. That way the real information's never told. The truth or the agenda never comes out. It makes the question be bounced around, or the issue rather. a good way to diffuse the situation. As well as when a police officer pulls you over, tell them they're awesome. They're the coolest son of bitches you've ever seen in your life. Bottom line. And if you were half a man, you would be out there like them, putting your life on the line for your family. And I'd like to take this moment to thank you all for putting your lives on the line, for jeopardizing yourselves, for jeopardizing whether you come home to your families or not, to keep so that you can keep these crackheads off the road, to keep these abandoned buildings empty, to keep order in the streets. You've been doing such a great job, the goddamn National Guards have to come in. Thanks a lot. Why don't you assholes just get to the meat of the situation and ask us to do it? Cause it's not coming to our front doors. Guaranteed on that. Like I said, hope everybody's doing alright. God bless everybody. It's Friday. Friday. I don't guess it much matters besides I gotta go to the doctor. It won't take too long. I'm breaking out and I think hives. I'll just be standing there, sitting there, and I'll get patches and I'll start itching my ass off. But my nerves have been killing me. I should have got a bit about 20 years ago. One of those bits where you don't chew. I can remember my grandma would keep your ass up at night. Just grinding. Well, both of my grandmas would. People don't think shit is hereditary. It's scary how hereditary things are. Mannerisms. I swear to God, mannerisms. I've seen it with my own eyes can be passed on genetically. If you don't believe it, follow a couple generations yourself, with your own eyes. And an analytical perspective. I'm gonna get a better microphone and lighting. I've got my neon and stuff going, but got a little bit of ambiance, man, trying to go on so that some decent lighting, but I need some real lighting. Just my hat and junk I got on the floor. Oops. Oops. And I tell you what, if people don't think that Mr. and Miss Mary Jane, will not save your life when it comes to that stomach stuff, oh my God. For people that have like critical, like, what do you call it when someone dies of some chronic illness of the stomach, I don't see how that wouldn't be front line, right under pain medication, if not above it, because you're not going to be able to get the medicine down. The only thing would be via pain medicine. That Welcome to Derry looks pretty good. That's coming on HBO Max. I'll tell you, I cut the Disney Channel off. I was subscribing, and even after that 3 month trial they had, I kept on subscribing, but I was like, Jerry, you're just paying so that you can watch Star Wars whenever you want. And you've got it on Blu-ray anyway, or DVD, so even if not, I had it on nothing but VHS. With tax, some of a bitch was getting to be like 14, 13, or 14, and then I added football on, of course, because it's football season. I'm like, no, I ain't going for it. And then I've probably like everybody else figured out a way to subsidize my. If you do a few tricks and put a little effort into it, you can get it to where your Prime is free every month. So I've got Prime, and I like, to be honest, Prime. I'm thinking about getting Howdy or Friendly. Friendly looks like it might be decent, especially for the money. Just something to keep it tuned to besides YouTube. Watching that old stupid shit. You can only watch so much football. Well, I don't know. In the big packages, and you start talking about the bigger packages and college packages and shit. Can't afford none of that. Hell, you can spend $100 a month and not even get close to all the games. Herbert about ran in almost for a touchdown, but he's almost got a first down too, so they're looking good at the goal line. 7-0 still. Second quarter, 13 minutes left. These are illegal around here now. They quit selling them, and supposedly they're illegal to own. But the guy at the service station, he's been selling them for like $10 cash. And lately he's been selling them for $5 cash. And I don't know, man, if he's gonna sell them, I'm gonna smoke them. Um, let's see, somebody just ran in for the Chargers for a touchdown. Trying to see who it was. But the Chargers just got a touchdown. They ran it in. PAT good. 14-0. PAT good. 14-0. Second quarter, 13 minutes left. In favor of the Chargers. The Vikings are not looking well. It's not overperformed though. These are two pretty high scoring teams. If any trustworthy subscribers out there, followers, have any old equipment that they're not using that they've upgraded, I would buy their old microphone or light, whatever, or trade them or whatever. I've got several older electronics I don't use. I saw this one computer on a tech channel. I don't know if I kept it or not. I'll try to find it. It's an older Windows 7 computer. Out of the box, it comes with 3 screens. One main one, 2 docks for generic would look like about 10, 12-inch iPads, on each side of the monitor that, clip in at the bottom. And bottom line, it's a one-piece, 3-screen computer. And it runs off like the dude took it apart. There is no basically, it's a laptop, motherboard, and hard drive that runs it all. But it's like i5 or i7 and 16 gigs of RAM. Not very high display at all, especially not in the bottom 2 monitors. But it's awesome. I would like to have one. If I'll try to get the video up, or if y'all see something or want to research something, check that out. It's called the A something, and it's white in color. It's not a very big inch monitor, and it's got 2 small, literally look like tablets. One that sits on each side, and they dock down on each side of the monitor. It's called the All-in-One or something. I'll try to find it again, but it's the sweetest ass thing. Like, it's one of them things that for a reasonable price and you couldn't even afford it, you'd buy it. Sorry about keeping this phone in my face. I feel like I gotta, I don't know, whispers and shit. Mama's not here, unfortunately. I don't care who you are. That's hard. Unless you, that's hard. When your mom, not long ago, you was talking to her, and now she's sitting in nursing home. Not sitting, excuse me. And she'll never sit again on her own. She'll never sit up again without having help. And I gotta face that. I have literally brainwashed myself to think that she's just having a procedure. Dad's taking care of her. She'll come home. You know what I'm saying? She'll be home. But no. But anyways, everybody's got their sad story. That's called life. Everybody's got somebody that dies. Everybody dies. That is called life. Anybody got suggestions on sound bars? I've got one, a 50 watt. Came off Amazon. It's a decent brand. It was about $70, I think. It's a 2.1. It's got the sub built in. And does anybody know of one that's pretty decent? That I wouldn't want it too long. I wouldn't want it longer than about 24 inches. Around $100. That is there one within the price range without going up too much that's really gonna bang a lot different compared to the one I got? The one I got's a world difference from television. There's the speakers that came in, and it's like I said, it came from Amazon. I'm wanting to say I caught it on one of those days for like 69 or something. It is a Lark Sound 50 watt 2.1 with the built in, sub. It's not just a stereo, it's got the sub. Hope everybody's doing alright. I guess leave retouch on. I'm not trying to look better, but be nice if the light would smooth out. put something called relight. I put something called relight on. Alright, Vikings are fixing to try to kick. It's good. 3-14. Second quarter. 9 minutes left. Or 8:55. Fixing to roll over here and see what's on eBay. I scored a Cam Ward last night or yesterday on a Cam Ward rookie for 99 cents. I've already got several Cam Wards, but hey, I'll take another one. I don't want my screen sideways, and I'm not letting it go that way. So guys, I'm sorry if it comes out in trash, but I'm just not letting it do it. To hell with that, you know. Ducky's supposed to. No, he's not. That was all a lie. I found out from a very reliable source. I'm nearly 100% sure. My memory fucks up, so Ducky is not getting out soon. I think he's got like a fucking year left or something. And it has went to shit around that place. All kinds of things have went on. That little house Subob built outside is being given away to somebody else. All this shit. That hillbilly that was living with her, fucking her, whatever, stole from her, stole guns, Derek's collectibles. And get this, a damn pillowcase full of candy. A pillowcase full of candy, guys. I mean, there was no gold or no, coins missing or no art, no collectibles. It was candy. Speaks for itself. I like both these teams, really about the same. Yeah, definitely all the way Cowboys, unfortunately. I'd usually, if I had some people in here, I'd usually have more to bitch about and gripe about. I'm kind of calm, actually very calm this morning. Probably scared, kind of. I hate going. I just many times I've been to the doctor, and even on purpose, doctor shopping back when I do that shit. I've had 3 doctor's appointments this week. I have not slept nearly a week. I'm one of the people that can't sleep the night before too, so it adds on to the shit. But what I was getting about to the EBT is it's gonna be a correction. People's gonna see also, hey, this isn't coming off some magic card. I'm having to pay cash money. This goddamn shit's expensive. I'm not gonna be able to get 6 sirloin steaks anymore. It didn't happen to me like that much of a surprise, but the situation happened nonetheless. Did it shock my world? Did it make it to where I was unable to eat and I'm in starvation now because of it? No. And 2 months ago we were talking about letting EBT buy us McDonald's and stuff. That'd be a quick way to spend the whole checkup. Hell, 3 McDonald's meals and mine would be gone. Or maybe this will show people what if they give the money for this month or the month that's missed whatever back and say, here's your money you missed. Everybody sees, hey, we didn't need all these shitheads working anyway. All they do is fucking take up seats. And they take these offices where they hire their brothers, their uncles, their cousins with different last names. And they literally take them over to where if you say something, you're penalized. To where if you don't want to work there, y'all know, you've been to these facilities, these government places, you've applied, you've worked there, you know people that's worked there, you know how it works. We might all see exactly how much they're all needed. When the money comes just the fucking same. It's a known fact, even if you don't do anything but open your fucking eyes for 10 minutes, that nowadays, if you will, in the medical field, there is approximately 2 to 3 individuals it takes to achieve one person's job. It might take all three in coordination, or you might hit the lottery of the three. There's one out of three on average that'll get that job done. If you are relying on this system, I feel sorry for you. Because you're fucked. You're already fucked if you're having to rely on it. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be that way. And you know how I know it's personal experience. So don't say I'm being a bitch or some hater or some pretentious asshole that's never understood. I went from a private school to going hungry 2, 3 nights in a row on average as just a regular part of the week. It was nothing for it to be on my second night, man. Starving my fucking balls off to where I couldn't even sleep. It's this day and time, not long ago. You don't think that don't make you a little jaded? But you know when I ate, who helped me eat? Me. Me. Finally took me a while to realize no one was gonna do jack shit. And when I realized that, those nights of going hungry they weren't as many. They still were there, but they weren't happening as often. Once I realized, especially that these programs my dad's the biggest asshole in the world, and I can sit and tell you he's been trying to tell me this shit for 40 years. But that's why the proof is in the pudding. That's why you can look at numbers. But I'm not gonna base my life around numbers. I've done that before, and it's led me into a whole bigger shit than I've been now, I believe. It's helped me dig this whole mental shit. I tell you what, Vikings are marching. That damn field goal might have came in handy. Guys, I guess I'm gonna shut this live off in a little while. It's been a while since I did one, and I don't want to just bust out with one crazy like for a long time. I just decided to do one. I had battery life and time. Nothing special, unfortunately. I figured some people might be up. I might try to do another one here in a little bit, but God bless everybody. Have a good day. If I don't get back on, have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe.